Commence primary ignition.
Hey, this is Marty Matulis. I play Vane on The Mandalorian, and you're watching the Virtual Cantina Network.
Hi, I'm Howie Weed. I was the Wampa ice creature in The Empire Strikes Back, and you're watching the Virtual Cantina Network.
There we go.
We got it. Sorry, guys. Hey.
So cool to be able to go around through your whole life and go, I was the Wampa in the Empire Strikes Back, the Wampire.
Should be the Wampire Strikes
The Wampire.
Back.
Yeah, I was a Wampire.
Welcome, citizens of the Republic. It is Monday once again, and it's time for Clone Wars Revisited. How's it going?
It's going good. It's
Good,
going
good.
I am dragging. My tail is dragging. Been a little busy over the last couple weekends.
Yeah, you've had a lot on your plate in the last couple of weeks.
Let's go.
Always
It's
busy.
like, okay, Thanksgiving, then Disney World, and then the a good chunk of the VCN crew comes in to invade Jedi Way, and had a big old time. Visited, ate, drank, and was merry. Isn't that
Yeah, that's the way you do it. And not to mention the lightsaber meetup you guys had in front of the Biltmore. If you guys haven't seen those photos, check them out in the group. They're pretty epic.
A friend of mine goes like, only you, Skip, would go to the Biltmore Estate and take your lightsaber with you. I was like, of course.
Don't be mad that no one else thought of it. Come on.
Everybody does that. We actually called security. I called security the night before everybody got here and said, look, we're coming Saturday. How bad would it be if we showed up with our lightsabers and took some pictures out in front of the estate? And they're like, we don't have a problem with that. He goes, I'll let the security officers know that you'll be coming. And you only took I took 8, and Dave took 8, and then Mark took probably 5, 6, or 7, or 8.
Wow.
But we were in a rush, and so I wouldn't let Mark go back and get his. They're like, but we've got ours, and we don't have time for that. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. We gotta
have all
do
these
our
extras. It's fine.
We gotta do it before they turn the lights off in the home back there.
Oh man, but it looks so cool. So I'm glad you guys pulled that off. That was great.
Yeah. Sherry had some great pictures of all the Christmas trees in the house. This is the time you go at nighttime, and they've got the Christmas lights on and the Christmas trees all up, and it's beautiful there. Yes, Spencer, it definitely was amazing. So we had a good time, and then we watched my eldest stepson. We shut the place down. I think we did. My eldest stepson took the last 2 episodes of season 7 of Clone Wars, and episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and Bad Batch. I think the first episode of Bad Batch, and edited that together for a 5-hour-long Revenge of the Sith, and I had it playing on my TV. What was that? Was it Friday or Saturday night? So
that's insane. Oh my god. I have to get a copy of that. That's sick.
And it was funny because that we, Bridget and I are kind of what we refer to as mattress snobs. So all the mattresses in our house are really nice. Even the one behind me, this is Sherry's bedroom right here, and that's a Tempur-Pedic in a Murphy bed.
Excuse you.
You know, and so a couple of the California crowd were like, "Okay, we need to know where you got this bed," and I think they've got beds coming in this evening. I kid you not. Corrine ordered her bed. I think so did Mike and Sergio, and
Dang.
and 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 Corrine's getting her mattress today, but the frame is not coming in. So Bridget sent her a little meme or a little gif of somebody laying on sheets and then sitting up. Like she doesn't have a bed. She just has a mattress.
Just a mattress.
It was a good time though.
Super
So what did you
comfy.
do this weekend?
Oh my goodness. I have to think. What did I do? Oh yeah, I was supposed to go to New York or Boston, but had some things come up, so that got postponed. But it was so like brutally cold here, like almost down to like single digits with the wind chill. So kind of like outdoorsy stuff was kind of do I want to? Like I didn't even want to go to work and then
Yes.
go outside. But yeah, mostly I worked and the time I had off, I just watched Christmas movies with my mom and caught up on Queer Eye because it's hilarious and I love those guys. Um, I I also ended up rewatching the first 3 episodes of Skeleton Crew because I just kind of wanted to see like if there was anything I missed building into the 3rd episode, just kind of keeping it all fresh. Um, I have so many questions, like I could just go anywhere at this point with at Adden. So
Yeah, there were a few people that arrived in Asheville on Friday that had not watched the third episode and were
did you
watching.
educate them?
Oh, they were watching it here on Jedi Way. They can say that they
Yeah.
watched the third episode of Skeleton Crew on Jedi Way.
It was surprisingly short. Like I was kind of hoping it would be a little bit longer because like a lot was going on on at and off planet with the kids just kind of feeling where Jod's allegiances lie, like why he's using them to get off planet. The girls not trusting him, the boys being all in. Of course.
Of course,
You can't
he's
tell the
one of the
kids
guys. You know,
the
of course he's a
Jedi.
Jedi. What do you mean
He's
he's not a Jedi? I
yeah.
never said I was a Jedi.
He didn't.
Yeah, and you were watching the whole time you were watching it. You're going, he didn't respond. No, he didn't say
He
anything.
just did the thing, and
Yeah,
as we can see, as we learned in the end of The Force Awakens, you can have the Force and be Force sensitive and not be a Jedi.
yes, because that was a spectacular movie directed by Ryan Johnson. Oh God, that hurt to say.
It's one of my favorite Star Wars projects. I'm
Ah,
sorry.
the,
Sorry,
so,
not sorry.
Spencer rolls in, and he's got a T-shirt on underneath the long sleeve shirt. So he pulls up his long sleeve shirt,
Sorry,
and
Dave. Crimson Jack.
it goes directed by Ryan Johnson. I'm like,
I love it. I have a shirt that says it's a Ryan Johnson who done it. Duh. It's for Knives Out, but it's really cool. But a friend of mine was reminding me that it was also recently the anniversary of The Last Jedi as well. So that kind of kicked off like a good Star Wars period of my life where like the projects started to come more and I got more interested in like, okay, I'm gonna really want to work for Lucasfilm. I really want to do these sketch cards and just kind of branch out in there. So that's kind of where it started. Like I started taking the art part of it seriously.
there
So
you go. Inspired you to really get into it.
yeah, buckle down.
How hard was it to get Lucasfilm to sign off on your stuff?
So what I did was, with the help of some artists that were in the industry, I just made some samples and I emailed them in and ended up at New York Comic Con and a friend knew Mark Von Olin at Tops and brought me up to the Tops booth and introduced me to Mark, and Mark saw my samples and said he'd email me on Monday, and the rest is history.
Cool.
So
So Mark
it's
really got you. Mark got
that's
you hooked up.
yeah. So that's how I met Mark, and that's how this whole crazy mad dash started. All these years later,
I
it's
did
it's
not know
been
that.
it's been 4 years since we've talked and kind of figured out where life was at, like outside of Top. So it's been cool. Yeah. Oh God, Dave, I don't even know. I've worked on most sets. I kind of took a little time off this year, but I worked on most sets since 2018, since Empire Strikes Back Black and White in 2018. That was my very first set. So you'll see them around, including one of my sample cards is actually on eBay. It's a General Leia. And it's just me writing on the back of a blank doodle card. So that's a part of history. That's how I got my job at Tops. Yeah, it's all Mark's fault, Jeff. Absolutely. Good times. But you know what? It's how we got here. It's how this show exists. So I'm grateful for that.
Cool.
I have amazing friends in the VCN family because of it. It's totally worth it.
Cool.
So we have had kind of a big week in pop culture. First of all, for those who don't know, it's just me and Skip tonight. Mark has his mother-in-law in town, and he is teaching her the New York way and showing her around New York City, going to theater, going to movies, living the life, sightseeing. So we hope you guys have fun. We love you. And again, it's the 8th anniversary of Rogue One today.
It's hard to believe that was 8 years ago.
Yeah, it's the first time I've gone into a movie and been like, oh shit, nobody lives in this movie past this movie. Like, once this is over, there's no more. Like, those people are in A New Hope.
It's like the Titanic version of doing a movie, only in Star Wars,
Oh, absolutely.
You know everybody's going to die by the end of this thing.
Yeah, and it made me sad because I formed such an attachment to these characters, especially, like, my personal favorites are, like, Baze Malbus, Chirrut Imwe, Donnie Yen, Jiang. They're amazing. Like, their bond is amazing, and they literally sacrifice themselves for each other. Bodhi Rook, I've never been so excited because my niece, my brother named his daughter Bodhi, and I was like, yes, Star Wars, even though it wasn't because my brother is not a Star Wars fan, but in my heart, it's Star Wars.
It was, he's entered the world. He's entered the world.
He's entered the world. But I have to say, like, if anybody's gonna tie like my favorite droid Chopper, it's probably gonna be K2SO. As terms of like snark level, like Alan Tudyk really brought it snark with K2.
Yeah, he brought it home with that character. I love the line, Cassian told me I had to.
Or congratulations, you are being rescued, as he like in armbarred her, or like clotheslined her and knocks her down.
Boom.
Congratulations. And she's just like, oh, on the ground, like, this is terrible.
I'm one with the Force, and the Force is one with me.
Oh, absolutely heartbreaking. Like,
yes.
all of that. But you see the sacrifices that they made, and they finally like bonded together, and like K2 saying goodbye after he shuts the blast doors and behind them and like locks it, and I'm just like, he's like, goodbye, and I'm like, oh, no, like, this is messed up. Yeah, exactly.
Even the droid doesn't live.
Yeah, just taking everybody out, no prisoners. But the good news, Sherry says, I consider it some of Alan's best work. Absolutely. I think he got to have fun and be himself, and although he's wearing stilts and a mocap suit, it's very iconic. I remember meeting him at New York Comic Con in 2016, and at that point I hadn't watched Firefly yet, but I knew he was a character that I would love, so I got a signed wash picture because they didn't have K2SO out yet because Rogue One wasn't out, and Lucasfilm was like, And I tried kind of grilling him. I was like, so, can you tell us anything about K2SO? And he goes, I could, but Disney might have me killed, so no, sorry. And I was just like, okay, just checking. I was like, I didn't expect you to. And that got really dark really fast. Oh, Dave.
He was a great character.
No.
And he was a leaf.
excuse me while I die.
Oh God, his death scene in Serenity was
Unnecessary. Still there to this day. Raging at the
unnecessary.
TV. I literally threw a pillow at my, like a Squishmallow pillow, like a little one, at my TV. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, I'm just losing my mind. Jeff says SM33 has K2SO design vibes. Sorry. My voice is going today. Yeah, he does. I feel like it's kind of missing the lower part of the jaw. But what do you think, Skip?
Oh, yeah, he does. And then K2SO with a little bit of pirate's flair to him.
Yeah.
It's like what K2SO would sound like if he was a pirate. But yeah, he definitely has it. Look, it's the big head, the overly tall droid. He very
Like
much has the
hunched
same vibe.
over.
Yeah, hunched over, smart ass all day long. It just screams K2SO.
Yeah, agreed. But yeah, so your favorite part of Rogue One?
Oh wow, my favorite part. Um, when oh shoot, Jimmy Smith's character. Why am I freezing on his name?
Bail Organa?
Bale. When Bale talks about having Leia, depending, I would trust her with my life. That whole line. That's classic. That's classic. That and the epic scenes around the Force shield as they're trying to get in.
Oh,
And
so stressful.
oh my gosh, let's push the ship into each other, and the Hammerhead pushing the other not Death Star, the Star Destroyer into each other. That was classic.
Oh man, so good. Dave said his favorite part is when Bodhi said the name of the movie. I mean, it's got to come from somewhere. Like, where does this Rogue One mean? What
Rogue
does it
One.
mean?
Oh,
And now we know.
It's a great origin story. Where does Rogue One come from? Where's Rogue Squadron?
Technically, Solo is. Just saying.
Yeah.
Dave says classic movie trope, not necessarily in all the other movies, but yeah, just Solo. Yeah, my favorite part. Oh boy, it's hard. I have to say, like the most emotional part for me was when Jin finally gets face to face with Saw, and they kind of reconcile. Because clearly Jin is hurt that she's been abandoned by him. Like, you left me in a bunker with a blaster, and you abandoned me. Like, you were my family. And he's like explaining his reasons why he did it. And then he's like, oh, but on this day, like, you're here. Why would you be here? You of all people. Like, he thinks like somebody's setting him up. And then when they watch the hologram from Galen Urso, her father,
Oh, yeah.
And she just breaks down, and he sees like, well, wait a minute, this isn't fake. Like, this is legit. This is the future. This has to happen. We have to get Jin out of here. We have to go on. And that's when he just totally, like, any like threat he felt from this situation, he's like, oh no, this is for the good. Like, Galen really did this to protect everybody. I've got to get Jin out of here. So
yeah, when it became legit,
yeah.
And you're just like, no, they need to know that he really did this, because like nobody believes that it's true at the time, and it's going on, and you're like, oh my gosh, are they going to buy into this? Are they going to go for it? No, they're never going to come. They're going to be by themselves. They're going to die alone on this planet.
And it just made me so mad that she didn't think to take the hologram with her. And I get it, she was emotional, and like clearly like the Death Star was blowing up Jeddah around them, but like it just like grab the the damn hologram disc and run. Yeah, Dave says that Jin Saw reunion talk reminds me of a boy named Sue, had to die or get tough. So yeah, and I also think like Saw sacrificing himself and being like, I've lived, I've done what I can. It's up to you to continue the fight.
Yeah, because his death is so opposite of his life in in
Oh,
Clone Wars and
extremist.
in
Yeah.
Rebels. He was so different in all of those, and then he's this beat down, mercenaries, a soldier in this movie, and it's just like, oh gosh, he's crushed. He's
Yeah, his body is like half machine. He's breathing out of an oxygen tube. Like he's
no
done.
longer, he's not the Saul we kind of grew up with, as you
Yeah.
per se. So it was the end.
But I'm glad, like in the time since that I've gotten to go back and rewatch Clone Wars and learn more about Saw and watch Rebels and see Saw on that. See Saw. But just kind of get to know more about it.
Seesaw.
Seesaw on that.
It was 2 or 3 seconds before that penetrated my brain and realized what you had just said.
Yeah, I was just like, wait, what did I okay, fine, whatever. Just accept it, repeat it, go on. Jeff says Borgullet is the best part. Oh no. That was poor Bodhi. Like at least he didn't go mad. But it was just gross. Sorry. Dave says the rebel version of Vader Saw is
Vader Saw. He is completely different. I mean, it's interesting. He's paranoid. He's worried that she's coming to kill him. Because if you go back and you watch like Rebels, he was not in line with most of the rebels. He fought the war a different way, and he thought,
his
they're coming to
sister
get
was
me.
gone, and his crew was gone, and he was completely alone and kind of unhinged, left on Geonosis.
And they're coming to kill me because they don't like the way I've fought the war. They're going to end me, and then and then rolls into just, wow, this guy is so beat down. It was just intense.
Yeah, the facade
movie was intense. I mean, it's the the stripped back, dirty aspect of war. You watch, you see the rebels in Rebels. You see the rebels in A New Hope. You see the rebels in even Empire, where they're a little bit more beaten down. But now you see them and they're exposed and they're raw and there's lots of emotion.
Right.
And you see that they're willing to do anything because they've just suffered so much in this war. Rogue One is a completely different exposure to the Star Wars war that we've ever seen before.
And we see it in Rebels too. The confrontation that they have via hologram, both Saw and Mon Mothma, that kind of starts, and he thinks that the rebellion is out to kill him because he's that much of an extremist against the Empire that he's just completely going above and beyond to just stop the Empire, not caring about any plans that the rebellion may have in place for this.
Well, with him, there's no quorum. There's no rules, and just kind of have to win. I have to win at all costs.
Yep.
And
it's our lives. It's the rebellion that matters, but you can't play by the Empire's rules. Like he says it with Mothma. You're playing by their rules. You got to stop playing by their rules if you want us to win.
Well, it's like that in Andor when what's his face does the monologue. Well, what have you sacrificed? Everything.
Luthen Rel, yeah.
Yeah, that was a very intense. That was very rogue-esque.
I still don't know how Stellan Skarsgård didn't win an Emmy for that speech. Oh my God, I had chills. Like the hair on my arms was like standing up.
Yeah, it was an amazing performance.
Yeah, Dave says the rebels
huge fan of Andor, but that scene alone was like, yeah, that's intense.
Absolutely. Dave says the rebels kind of go from being the French resistance in A New Hope to kind of being the Viet Cong with Saw. Yeah, like no rules, just crazy, like literally guerrilla warfare. But to kind of get.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, that's the nice thing about Clone Wars, as I spin it back around to putting us on topic, is that the whole 7 years of Clone Wars, when you hear them talk about the Clone Wars in A New Hope, there's kind of all this, almost a stigmatism that you don't understand in watching A New Hope, or even Empire doesn't really talk about it, but they always refer to it as the Clone Wars, the Clone Wars. Well, you watch 7 years of Clone Wars, and you kind of get a feel of what an intense, nasty experience the Clone Wars were.
From both sides, like how the clones were expendable, how like the Empire was looking to expand their forces in any way imaginable. Like look at Grievous, look at Vader. Just different things like that all tie together, and I think it was really brilliant that the show was made to kind of be a tie-in for all this. Dave says, but there's no politics in Star Wars.
Shoot.
Damn. Guess what, kids? If as Dave is snarkily pointing out, there's always been politics in Star Wars. So if you're thinking Star Wars is getting woke, quote unquote, guess what? It's always been.
Wake up.
Pension.
Wake up. It's been woke since day one.
Absolutely. I have to say, though, it was hella cool, and I may have screamed out loud when I heard General Syndulla to the ... I just heard General Syndulla, and then I see Chopper wheel by, and I'm like, oh, do you see that? Ah! Like in the theater is packed, and I'm like,
but it's Chopper.
I'm like literally like
he's got his cameo.
I'm like Leonardo DiCaprio and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, like point, yell. But yeah, that was the first time we got to see the Ghost in live action and Chopper in live action. So amazing. Okay, guys. So Star politics, absolutely, Jeff. Literally, politics? There's politics and there's wars. That's what happened. Okay, guys. So we're gonna veer around back to tonight's watch-along episode, season 1, episode 11, Dooku Captured.
Yoo-hoo, not for long.
Sticking with the pirate theme that we seem to have been going through for the last few weeks, in this episode, Dooku is captured by pirates, and it's up to some Jedi to save him. Oh, the tables have turned. Oh, hey, from the Insta, Mergent X says, hello, everyone. Hello. All right, so make sure you get your Disney Plus queued up. We are going to...
How's it that David always says, or, your Disney Plus machines?
Yeah, your Porg-powered Disney boxes. What am I going to call it?
Hondo baby.
Hondo. Yeah. Hondo when he's not quite the Hondo that we know and love.
Yeah, not the Hondo. This is not Rebels Hondo. This is Clone Wars Hondo.
Yeah, this is the nasty pirate Captain Hondo. Yeah. So make sure you guys get your Disney Plus queued up, and I will start the countdown in 1 second as soon as I figure out how to hit this button. The thing is, I have, what do you call it? I have a Mac, and it just does not like to scroll. Oh, okay. So we're going to go over, the title of the episode. Season 1, episode 11, Dooku Captured. Skip, can you read tonight?
Sure. During their own attempt to kidnap Count Dooku, Anakin and Obi-Wan discover that the Sith Lord has already been captured by pirates.
Oh my gosh, so it's like a kidnap-a-thon. Oh, it went to default. Sorry. We'll get us back there in 1 second. As you can see, I'm learning how to produce, and it just involves a lot of button pushing, and I'm working on it. Okay, so I gotta find our countdown. All right, we got the 10-second countdown. We're gonna go. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate you. All right,
Dave in the background going.
Dave, you're amazing. Thank you so much. Okay, we're gonna start the 10-second countdown now. Go. Yay! Productivity.
And it's going.
The winding path to peace is always a worthy one, regardless of how many turns it takes. That's tonight's lesson. Oh, what? What is happening with my mouse here?
The Rocket Man.
Yeah, Sherry did what I did. I watched Rebels before Clone Wars, so I was really surprised how different Hondo was. Exactly. I was like, wait a minute, I thought he was a good guy. Why is he such a bully?
Yeah, why is he so cruel and indifferent?
And murdery.
Yeah, it's almost like he was a different character between the two of them.
Yeah.
And I like both characters. It has a purpose, different purpose, but it has a purpose in each one of them.
Do you feel like the introduction of Captain Jack Sparrow kind of influenced Hondo to be like a little more charismatic, a little more free spirited, a little
Absolutely.
nicer? Yeah. Whoa.
Absolutely.
Looks like Marty Matulis was a good choice for it's a nice bumper.
Oh, it's you.
Damn, Anakin.
This is your weapon. It is your life.
I want to know how they captured Anakin. Like, really? How did they get to this point?
No lightsaber, so they can make it seem legit.
Anakin never becomes a Jedi Master.
Yeah. another snag on the master level.
At least you're a master at getting caught. Ugh.
Yes, I know.
I saw a really funny TikTok that my friend sent me. It's like, normal people, rational people, like go on to the Clone Wars and see Ahsoka in a tube top on a ship. Why is that 14-year-old running around in a tube top on a spaceship? It's cold out here. Get that. And she starts taking off her jacket and goes to give it to her.
Give that girl a coat, would
Get
you?
that girl a coat. Why is she wearing a tube top? She's a child. Damn, Anakin got lucky. Congratulations, you just freed Dooku. Seriously.
I'm out of there.
Yeah, Dave says half the Clone Wars wouldn't have happened if Anakin or Ahsoka or Padme didn't get captured. Touche.
Yeah, no kidding. Somebody was always getting caught.
It's always those heists. The heists or the rescue missions. It really
spoke a little too early.
Really? Like, don't say that. Come on. Oh, the sass back and forth.
Always blaming Obi-Wan for everything.
And we see that continue 7 seasons later. Yeah, Dave says Jim was amazing in both places, though. Yeah, absolutely. He captured the ruthlessness of Hondo and the fun side of Hondo.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
Yep.
This is not one of my more favorite episodes. It's like they worked hard to create this story. And once again, the difference in Anakin's voice from early on in season 1 to what it sounded like in season 7.
Yeah.
Matt always talks about the fact that he had to, because Clone Wars actually started with a different voice actor, so he had to kind of like grab that voice actor's work and convert it into his own, and then slowly work it into something that he would have done.
Yeah. And I think he does a good job with it.
Oh, absolutely.
Uh-oh. Bruh.
I finished listening to the Plagius novel.
Oh, yeah, you got through it?
Yeah, I got through it, and the Dooku influence on that story, how he leaves the Jedi.
Dun, dun, dun. Here he
And
is.
even the face is drawn differently in this, in Clone Wars versus Rebels.
Yeah, they make him a little more craggy. You took your lightsaber, brah.
Yeah. And yours isn't working any better. It's like, what the heck is that thing?
Definitely the brother bond is showing through in this episode. They're just both snipping at each other. So they used the designs really for Hondo from Clone Wars, like the jacket, everything, the goggles.
That's what he looks like a little bit more on Rise of Resistance.
Mm-hmm. Or Smuggler's Run, sorry. The Kowakian monkey lizard is just like cracking me up. Still looking to get paid. That much doesn't change.
Oh, excuse me.
Dave, I haven't read or listened to Jedi Lost. Skip, have you?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
And Anakin off running. What is that creature?
Dang. He's just letting Anakin fight it out.
Yeah. Well, Obi-Wan is the classic, the Force is my weapon. I'm never unarmed.
Like, haven't I been teaching you, Anakin? Jeez. See? Snark all the way around.
And do we have a flying saucer in Star Wars?
Kind of looks like a certain other star property ship.
Uh-huh.
Not saying it.
What a trick it would be to be on that ship. More powerful than a Jedi.
Ooh.
Trying to get his bunny. Hondo being a Hondo.
Dave says hawk the track. Go on.
Just a little bit here and there.
I'm not doing anything. The creators of this show are doing things. Just saying. I mean, Hondo's not wrong. And here, I feel like in the Clone Wars, he's a little more business-minded, if you know what I mean. Like, oh, the Separatists will pay to get you back, but the Republic will pay more to get you. So it's like
I'm
he's
gonna
going
miss
to
it.
create a bidding war between the two sides. For Dooku.
As he should.
Yeah. Oh. Dang.
And who saves the day? But of course, Ahsoka does. The 14-year-old tube top girl.
And some clones. Oh, come on. Take some credit. She kicked butt, you guys. No, you didn't. You were dying. Shut up.
I've always loved Ahsoka. She's,
Except not.
Let's get out of here.
That poor Gundark, man. She's putting you in your place, Anakin.
How you like them apples?
Mm-hmm. Yoda would know.
Look at Mace just staring off.
I love that he does the Samuel L. Jackson like finger point thing.
We don't know enough about these pirates. You're about to.
Oh yeah. Hey, it's Space Mountain. Just saying. Dave says stage direction. Mace Windu stares off M. Efferly. Yeah.
The double cross. Hondo working his deal.
Of course. And so humble too.
Drunker than a skunk.
Even the monkey lizard is drinking. Jeez.
And here we go.
Da-da-da.
Does it look familiar? Attack of the Clones. Obi-Wan hanging from the same kind of cuffs.
Just saying.
It's like who's setting up who in this scenario?
It's like chess.
Got a little bit of everybody there. Bith, Jawa. Weequay.
Don't you go eat that food.
And all of a sudden, 1 + 2 makes 3.
Representative Pix.
Yeah, it's never a good sign when they want you to drink.
But you can see where he says in Rebels, "Oh, some of my best friends were Jedi."
Yeah, yeah, I remember that line. I
Ta-da!
remember
Oh, here we go. Don't get that drink.
that.
Bye.
Yeah, and boom, bump.
Well, that was tonight's episode.
It was a good one, sort of. I mean, it's setting something up. Introducing Hondo, that alone is
Oh
makes it
yeah.
worth it. Hondo has always been a great character. Even if it's the Clone Wars Hondo. I mean, he does have that flair about him in Rebels, that
Yeah.
more Captain Jack Sparrow kind of feel.
Oh yeah, you see it. And I think the fact that they managed to live through this, and obviously Hondo didn't know that the drinks were switched. It's like, oh, they're immune. They're my friends.
My friends, I have Jedi friends.
Lies. So overall, it's pretty crazy
Introducing
to
the
see.
characters. It's still, I mean, it's season one. Season ones are always about introducing everybody, getting you to know everybody, starting to roll the snowball downhill so it can get bigger and more complex and more enjoyable. So
Yeah.
it's doing what it's supposed to in season one. That's why the sad thing about Acolyte is that it was season one. Season one is never really great. Give it a chance to have season two, and maybe we get something that was actually worth it.
Agreed. Yeah.
But I
Getting you some
digress.
time to grow. I mean, look at Bad Batch. Mark hated Bad Batch season 1.
Well, look at Ahsoka. Everybody hated Ahsoka, and then all of a
I
sudden, okay, and then at the end, Ahsoka is the most beloved character in Star Wars. I mean, how does that happen? Because season one is never as good as season
Oh,
7.
and Clone Wars. I thought you meant like the Ahsoka show. But
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. Like, oh, she's so annoying. Oh, Sky Guy this, Sky Guy that. And then she grows up. And like you grow with the character over the years, whether you want to or not, or whether you're already an adult or not. So that's absolutely true.
but yep, doing what it's supposed to. Doing what it's supposed to. You know, building up the characters and creating the building blocks for a more complex story as the seasons go on.
Exactly. Also, don't trust Dooku. Don't trust pirates.
Never trust pirates.
Never trust pirates. Omega. Yeah, absolutely, Jeff. Miss sweet baby Omega growing up to fight the rebellion and writing on Spencer's pop figure box phonetically. For those who don't know, Michelle Ang, voice actress for Omega in Bad Batch, she signed Spencer's pop box for Omega phonetically. So it's like Hunta, Rekka, Tik, the bed bitch, things like
Yes.
that. So that
Love
was
the
really
Bad
cool.
Batch.
Well, that's tonight's episode of Clone Wars
We did
Revisited.
good.
We did. We managed to stay mostly in the Star Wars rails. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, we didn't get too off the rails or a little too carried away.
Yeah.
We only sold the Hawk for 10 seconds. Or Trek, Hawk the Trek, Hawk the Trek, Trek the Hawk. Yeah, this is not enough sleep. The brain could have swore it said the other word.
Yeah, agreed. But we have a few things coming up on the VCN this week.
What do we have? We've
Let's
got, of course, tomorrow night, hang with all of us on the Zoom chat. Enjoy the shenanigans known as Tuesday Night Zoom.
Which is always a fun time. Wednesday nights, they have the Nerf Herders Council annual holiday episode. So join the guys there on Wednesday the 18th at 9 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Santa.
Yeah, get their holiday on with those guys. Thursday night, we have the VCN Watch Along Skeleton Crew episode 4 with Ardashir Radpour. Sorry, I don't know who Ardashir is, but
I don't either.
I will after watching that episode, so I'll make sure to tune in and join the guys because
that's the trick. Come out Thursday and get to know who Ardashir is.
Yeah.
If you don't know, then you know you need to be there.
Exactly. So join the guys for the watch along then and watch episode 4 with them if you haven't already. And then Friday night at 3 a.m. Eastern, 12 a.m. Pacific, we have the Skeleton Crew After Show for episode 4 with John, Mike, and Bryce. They're going to be covering the latest episode of Skeleton Crew, so make sure you check in with those guys and see what they thought of it. Saturday, we have the VCN Star Wars Celebration Japan news desk. Join Spencer and any special guests for that one. Get caught up on what you need to know if you're going to Star Wars Celebration in Japan. Local customs, things to be prepared for, not only at Celebration, but in the country, and respect the culture, respect the customs. Definitely check that out. And then Sunday is a new episode of the Unifying Force with Dave and Kat and Gio. What are you guys covering this week, Dave? Do you know?
Skeleton Crew.
Oh, okay. Latest episode of Skeleton Crew.
Absolutely. Latest 2.
Cool.
That's right, because they've missed a week. So, yeah, that's going to be fun.
I was wondering why there was no Unifying Force this weekend. Haha.
I don't know. I think you kidnapped everybody, Skip. So
I had the producer otherwise occupied.
Yep, a lot of them.
Yeah.
Just saying, you took like half of our producing crew with you.
Jeff, Dave, who else do we have? Oh, Spencer, yes,
and Mike.
And Mike, that's right.
Me and Mark were the only ones left.
Yeah. Yes, but we're having our own special Clone Wars at Jedi Way sometime in the future.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Lori says she found a ton of Bad Batch art at GalaxyCon Columbus. That's cool. Always
GalaxyCon Columbus is always good.
Yeah, a lot of good guests are always announced for that. The Skelly Jones crew. Sorry, I'm just getting caught up in the chats. That's what we're going to call it. So don't forget, guys, we have the Not So Virtual Cantina Special Edition on Thursday, April 17th, 2025 from 7 to 10 p.m. Do not miss it. Tickets are on sale. Sorry, I'm just making sure. General public, January 1st. So don't miss it. New Year's Day. Get your tickets. The pre-sale sold out in record time. So don't forget, it's brought to you by our sponsors, Hyperspace Props. Make sure you use your code NSVCSE for 10% off your order if you want
some money.
Get your money for your money for your credits, I should say.
There you go.
So Mike and Emily are proud sponsors of us, and we really appreciate them. And
they got good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
And they'll teach you how to play. So definitely check that out. Credits, Sabat cards, everything.
The whole deal.
So that's all for this week. Make sure you guys join us again next Monday. Mark will be back with us, I promise.
I won't have to talk as much.
Yeah. Skip, we love it. Don't worry about it.
I love filling in this space.
I'm trying to think. Is there a last show? No, we have 2 more shows before Christmas. So
Yeah, yeah.
this month is flying. I'm like, wait, what year is it? So catching up.
It just seems like it's gone. I mean, boom, 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 boom.
Absolutely.
It's not like I've been doing much these last few weeks.
Not at all. Yeah. Nobody where's Skip?
Oh, no.
On the couch, passing out.
Yeah. That would have been last night.
Oh yeah. Well, make sure you guys join the Zoom call tomorrow night and get yourself ready to watch Skeleton Crew at 9 p.m. Eastern on Disney Plus. And until next week, long live the Republic. Good night, guys.
Goodbye, citizens.